Hello, strong collectors. How are we doing tonight? I am Jordan, as some of you may know. My lovely co-host Dakota will be joining us shortly. He is, he's always running around getting up to something. But we had to hop on tonight just because we are very excited about this stream. Everybody, I'm sure you checked it out. Maybe you checked out Dakota's recap, which, boy, can that guy do a recap. Let me tell you, I could listen to him providing the details on anybody or anything for that matter. Judge Dreads, what's up? Hello. So we had a lot of news from that stream, some reveals, some things that we've kind of been talking about, speculating, which is why we wanted to do a call-in tonight just to get some of your thoughts on some of the highlights from that, and we'll be able to check in with that in a little bit. T3, hello. So we can just go ahead and get going with a bit of a recap on that. As I said, Dakota might hop on and join us pretty soon here. But we had a lot of new things we were seeing right off the bat. We got into the Thunderbolts, well, not really a wave, series of two packs, which we were kind of speculating to ourselves, and everybody can let us know what you think. Does this mean there aren't other Thunderbolts coming? Is this kind of just the way they're doing that as far as a way to get these figures out? Because we have seen these figures before, right? It's getting some updates, though. And Dakota and I have made some jokes about all the landfills that are probably full of Red Guardians. But this is a new Red Guardian. And we're also getting a new U.S. agent, which I did like the look of the U.S. agent. I don't know about you guys. I think his suit design's always been pretty cool. I am excited to see him in this movie. I like the distressed shield. I think Dakota pointed that one out, and he's a big fan. We also get the Sentry, who, if you've listened to our channel for any length of time or checked out Strong Collector Comics, you would know that I am a very big fan of the Sentry. And I'm excited to see what he's going to look like, or what he's going to be like in the movie. This is like our first, I think there was a Funko Pop, but this is actually kind of spilling into comic book movie news, our first full look at the Sentry suited up, which I think works pretty well. As a personal joke, it would have been funny, I think. Dakota would get this one, and maybe people would too, if he had those trigger fingers, because that's a long-standing joke about the Sentry from, how was it? That was kind of just a one-off Sentry. But it looks like he's not going to be wielding any pistols in this movie. So we're safe there. I think we see, well, we got Blade Star celebrating his 31st year as a collector today. Started on April 2nd, 1994. And he remembers exactly what he bought. 12 Superpowers Justice League. Well, that's impressive. I'm trying to remember. I think Dakota and I have talked a little bit about that before. Our first early purchases, I think a lot of them go back to Marvel Legends, at least for me. I think back in the Spider-Man Classics line. So congratulations, Blade. 31 years to you, and looking forward to 31 more. We also got the Black Suit Spider-Man, which I know a lot of people have been wanting to get a look at and get to see him. I think we've talked about that. That was on a leak at one point, which makes sense. We do like the touch of the goth Spidey hair. I think we could have seen, I guess it maybe would have been too much to get some finger pointers, jazz hands, but we'll take it. Personally, I didn't really love the Raimi Spider-Man that they put out for the Legends. So I'm not super compelled to get this one, but I do like the look of the symbiote suit, and that's always been cool. I like the add-on of the symbiote kind of flare that can pop up. I think looks pretty cool. But the head is a nice touch. And then we also got the Velocity Suit Spider-Man, which I don't know. Maybe I owned the first one at some point. I think in a lot. Which is the nice part, I think, about the Spider-Man game suits, is there's so many variations. You can just keep cranking them out. But I do like, this one was kind of fun to use because I think they had an artist, I'm trying to remember his name, but he like designed the suit specifically for them, which I think is a fun touch. You gotta love those web effects, though. Dakota is always looking forward to get those. Even in non-related, non-Spider-Man figures, he always says he wants these web effects. So you guys can check in with him on that. One that definitely I think people are excited for is going to be our Weapon X, which I do think is overdue for an update, or due for an update. Not overdue anymore because we got one. I like I was always a big fan of the Legends old school Toy Biz one. So this one reminds me a lot more of that, with like the pack and the tubes and everything. But I think you get pretty much everything you'd want out of a Weapon X Wolverine. I was saying to Dakota, I guarantee people, and I think it'd be sweet to see some customs, get some blood, some paint on there, maybe kind of dirty them up a bit. I think putting this with the Toy Biz backdrop tank thing, kind of make it look like he's popping out or something, would be a pretty cool touch. Get some goons that he could be fighting. And you just gotta love Wolverine in that look. Also a new Mystique coming, which I think this one makes sense as an update to get, especially on a retro card. And that'll look good. I think it looks cool in package. I have the older Mystique, which I know we got some updates on this one. And I think it looks good. My wife was saying it'd be cool, and maybe we'll get this down the line. Would be something fun if he had like a morphing head. Maybe there'll be some customs. You honestly could probably just paint the other head partially blue, kind of make it look like she's morphing or something like that. Dakota and I were having a debate. In the comics, our Mystiques is the white. Dakota's being the producer right now, and he's moving me along. So he tells me, I guess I'm getting to know when my jokes and bits are getting out of line. Dakota had to or is she just wearing white clothes? Because we were having the naked, scaly Mystique debate from the X-Men movies. And I was like, it makes sense because then she morphs into whatever she's wearing. But, I guess we've never really explored, does Mystique feel it on her clothing? Does it have like sensors, like if you touched her glove and you pulled it up? Does it have the same nerves as flesh? We don't know. But these are the things that we explore on Strong Collector Comics, which you can go check out when you'd like to, but you should get on there and see some of these little rants we get. Back on topic, we got Madam Mask and Crossbones coming. I think it was a smart move putting Madam Mask with Crossbones, and I'm very excited about this idea of returning to the supervillains line, because I've talked before, I was a big fan of when they did the supervillains wave. I think that Red Skull is still an all-time, I think, pretty underrated figure, or at least that you can get him for so cheap. So I'm excited about that. And I think Crossbones looks pretty good. Even Madam Mask, who isn't a character I would like normally want to pick up. Personally, I think it's smart putting it with Crossbones, but I wouldn't be mad about having both these, I don't think. Teeth collect to disconnect, Sanda. Go to commercial break. That'd be fun if we had those built in here. But I do like the explosion effect. I think that's fun. And the briefcase of money. Can't go wrong with that. And then one that I think a lot of people are going to be excited for is our Fantastic Four costume, She-Hulk. I was pretty impressed by as Dakota would say, how substantial the retro She-Hulk is. So it's good to see this one again. I love the alternate head with the ponytail, given the alternate look. And the thumbs up and peace sign are a pretty nice touch with the dumbbells. I know we're going to be seeing those show up in a lot of other displays with other figures, which I think is some fun possibilities to imagine. But I'm excited about this She-Hulk. And then the main event, folks, you heard a rumor about it, from us a couple months ago, maybe, a Maximum Hulk. And here he is in all of his glory, $59.99. Personally, that's less than I thought it would be. I don't know how you guys feel out there, if you were thinking it would be less, would be more, or should be. But this is what we're getting. And it is true. He can finally do a complete thunderclap, which I think is pretty cool to finally have a Hulk that can do that. There's also the more vinyl-y overlay on the chest that gets you to, get him into some more of those poses that you can hide the joints and such. And something that we might talk about when Dakota's on is the whole idea of these 3 alternate head sculpts. It seems like there's a lot of strong feelings on both sides, really liking the head sculpts, whether they work or not. You got the Mike Diodato kind of big teethy Hulk here. Those are some chompers that would put the Joker to shame, I must say. He looks like he might have been Jokerized there, folks. Todd McFarlane got his hands on that Hulk head, maybe. Yeah, just look at those chompers. I mean, holy cow. He's definitely saying cheese there. We got the more Ed McGuinness style rectangular head. Hulk with his frosted tips there. He was in his 90s boy band era. Just kidding. I like that it's like you can get some motion to it. I think it looks really cool, the pictures where they've had the thunderclap and it's like blowing his head back. But it is fun that they pulled from different artists on there. I think maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on that. That was kind of what I thought. I thought it seemed to be pulling from a little later on. I guess we'll see. But you got 3 different looks for your Hulk head. 3 pretty different looks, I think. And I'd be curious to know what we think about that. But that punching effect is kind of fun. Those are your 3 looks at the maximum Hulk. Oh, geez. There he is.
I have finished my food and I am ready to roll. I was thinking it's kind of fun because
folks.
You could probably see me doing that, couldn't you? Like in the little box down below.
I couldn't see you, no.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I can kind of like, if I take you off screen, you're just kind of like, not bright. It kind of like dims you down a little bit, but I can still see your video. So, okay. I thought you were watching me just like, what?
Yeah.
Clip that. I did update the description down below, folks. So if you want to join the call-in show, let us know your thoughts on all the Marvel Legends. And like I said, we're going to sprinkle in some other action figure news. So while we're waiting for folks to join, I'm going to hit you with those sprinkles. Beathir, Mythic Legion's dragon. The dragon is funded now, so you're getting the dragon. What is that? The fire is fully funded, so you got all the unlocks there, and the Epic Wings is also fully funded. So those are all coming, and so with the dragon, they've gotten to the unlock of Sir Benegar's extra stuff. So you're getting the soft goods cape, the extra accessories, extra head, and then they added a tier at the very top, but we don't know what that is yet. So time will tell. Also,
as it always
got
does.
Some McFarlane. We can kind of go through these a little bit quicker. Some of these are up for pre-order already. Not these specifically, but some that we're going to see. This Green Arrow, I always think of the when we were playing Hero Clicks. This is what Green Arrow looked like in the ones that we had. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jim Gordon? I feel like you're a Jim Gordon fan.
I think he's fine. I don't think I need that figure, but
okay,
it's Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for. I would pick up probably Eradicator and Cyborg Superman.
Oh, really? Okay. That one. Yeah, I mean that is the classic look.
I really like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say I got I got both of them from Mayfex, so I decided, I'm sure Todd will do it, but I want the good stuff. I went Mayfex for those. I have Cyborg Superman, and then my Eradicator is still, I think it's waiting on the Superboy. So those are coming straight from Japan. First time ever ordering from, I think I did Hobby Genki or something. I don't even remember what I ordered from, but last time I do that, I'm just waiting for Amazon from now on. Just as cheap and quicker, because I could already have my Eradicator in hand months ago if I had done it that way. But, you know, I figured I had to order direct so I could tell the folks if it was worth it or not. To me, no. A couple more. I don't know what the Superman is, Jordan, but a lion-headed Superman, I'm interested.
Yeah, I think it's more of those old school, you know, comics where he would get into all those kind of wacky hijinks and weird, goofy stuff was always happening to him. So there's a specific cover where he's got like a lion head, and it's like, oh no, Lois, I turned into a lion, you know, that kind of thing. Which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. I said it's interesting.
I don't know if it's good, but it's interesting. If you're an idiot.
I mean, yeah. I hope you get a kite.
I'm liking all the like retro.
You're a little delayed, my friend, but I think you're liking all the retro type things, and I agree. I think these all look really good on screen.
Yeah, I figured I am.
You sounded good until I came on. A little choppy, but not much. I like that Deathstroke. I
know, dude. You screwed me up.
My bad. Mirror Master is cool. I don't know why he would be a platinum, like a red platinum, because I'm pretty sure those are harder to get. Like that's only like a store chase or something like that. Like a store exclusive chase. So kind of strange, but also don't quote me on that. I didn't watch that part. All these screenshots from McFarlane stuff are from the Toy Shiz live stream. I didn't actually watch it. I just looked for the pictures. So you can go watch the whole thing if you want to. Beast Boy, Jordan, I feel like you're always talking about Beast Boy on Strong Collector Comics.
Beast Boy, that one is the look I'd for sure want for a Beast Boy. And I do like that Deathstroke. I think those are both pretty good looking.
Yeah. These ones though, Jordan, I feel like I could see you having all of these except for
Batman
Sweeney Todd.
Returns. Yeah. I mean, I think Matt Shrek, that's you know, you gotta love Christopher Walken. What are the Penguin Commandos? Is that the equivalent of the Build-A-Figure?
Yeah, they said they were gonna do those as Build-A-Figures, but then they decided instead of doing a Build-A-Figure, that's just gonna be you could buy that separately, like its own pack.
Okay.
So
I do like all of these, not gonna lie.
Get them, Jordan. Come on. You can do it. Especially those penguins. If you don't get anything out of those penguins, it'd be all right.
One last money drop on Todd before he's out the door.
How many more opportunities are you going to get?
Thanks for the memories, Todd. I'll take them all.
There you go.
And then, knowing our luck, we open that Batman and his shoulders explode. Just like old times.
Right.
Thanks, Todd.
Shrapnel all over.
Sorry.
You need this Mr. Bones.
I had to get you one last time, Dakota. I like Mr. Bones. I do not know much about Mr. Bones, but I'm going to guess that his bones are his money, but he looks pretty cool. That's probably from the night the skeletons came to life.
I mean, did you order, what's his name? Mr. Deathman or whatever?
I didn't order Lord Deathman, dude. Sorry.
What?
You're going to be mad at
me. Come on.
But it's a great name.
You're ridiculous.
I think I thought about it, and then maybe I fell asleep.
Is he not for sale still?
I don't really love the look of this Superboy, not going to lie.
Yeah, I don't love it either. Where's his jacket?
I'll go back and look for him. Yeah, where's his jacket? What the heck?
I guess this gives you the opportunity to get a soft
wearing a leather jacket, Todd. That's true.
That Wonder Woman, I've heard a lot of people crying and complaining about. It's not the Wonder Woman we wanted. Todd knows that's all you ever say to Todd is, I want Wonder Woman. Just Mattel probably do that.
Do they want
wave
the
one.
same as the last one that sold out?
I think so. So
why would he make the same exact one again?
I don't know. I think they want a classic one. I don't know if that means they want the Wonder Woman with like the big hair. I don't know. They're just, you know.
I think this one looks cool. I like it.
I agree. I don't mind it. I feel like this makes me want to build like a New Frontier type of display.
Yeah, New Frontier. This is like more of a Wonder Woman I would have.
I mean, it should go well with your Batman and Superman first appearances.
I was gonna say that would be honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I might need her.
There you go.
Todd's really gonna be draining me on this last.
Yeah, on his way out, he's taking what he can.
I know.
I don't know anything about Monarch, but looks cool. I'd be tempted.
I was actually going on a deep dive Wikipedia rabbit hole the other night before this even was announced on Monarch. I'm not even joking, if you can believe it. There was like a comic in the 90s. How was it called? People probably know, Countdown to Infinity, Zero, some whole thing. And it was infamous, Dakota, because they set up a twist where it was going to be the bad guy was from the future, and they thought it was going to be the Atom, and they did a last-minute reversal, and he became Hawk because the story was leaked. And that was the story of Monarch.
Wow. I would love if they did that with like Monarch.
So I didn't know much about him either.
We accidentally leaked that Mary Jane was going to be Venom. We got to quick switch it and make it actually make sense and cool.
Just kidding. We just need to leak that stuff.
Right.
I love Disco Nightwing. Bring it on.
You love Mortal Kombat.
I'm interested for sure. I think in a Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Mm-hmm. What about a 2-pack with a powered up Sub-Zero and Melina? And I don't know if I have a picture of the little battleground.
I mean,
flight stands.
The bat drop is very cool. That is a pretty nice touch, and that probably will be like $50. What do you think? Well, maybe it would have been $50. I don't know what it'll be now.
Yeah, that's true. It could be more. I mean, I think $50 would be pretty fair. I mean, you're getting 2 figures, 2 flight stands, and that backdrop. Mm-hmm. That seems like a good price. So makes me think might be more.
I'm saying that'd be like the classic Todd value that he packs in there, and you'd be like, all right, not bad.
Now that they're adjusting,
but I do like the ice effect. More. Right. He's been doing Frostbite Edition all this time just to get ready for Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
it's finally paid off.
And this is where it would make a lot of sense, is to do some of the Mortal Kombat characters as Frostbite editions. Good work. Statues. I don't know if you got anything to say about the statues, Jordan. I haven't cared too much about them.
No, I mean, I'm not real into them, but I think these ones look cool. I think Venom I could see people getting, and I think you could make that fit like your other displays maybe, because he looks giant, you know. But I don't know. I think it's fun when they're recreating like comic covers and that kind of thing. I think that's a fun touch.
Some more.
I do like that beast. That beast.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. No, is that Ultimate Spider-Man? No, that's just
Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Kind of looks a little Ultimate-ish.
It does.
Big eyes.
A little bit of Spawn action. I don't really know who Blood Axe is. Kind of just looks like a evil version of medieval Spawn, but coming with a horse. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by McFarlane. Wild and crazy stuff.
Turtles.
Are you interested in McFarlane Turtles at all, or no?
I like the idea of McFarlane Turtles. I don't know if I need, because these look like they're from the IDW, those newer ones, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed. I think those were cool stories, and I've always heard good things. It's not really my version of the Turtles I go with, but The Turtles is the one property for sure. I'd be like, Todd, just do your own thing and design Turtles. I think he would come up with some cool stuff. Like, just do your take on Rocksteady. He'd probably make a sweet looking Rhino Man, and I'd be like, yeah, maybe he will. Maybe he's going to use his free time to make some wild turtle stuff. I'd love to see a Todd Shredder. Todd would go ham on a Shredder. That would be pretty sweet. Dream.
Yeah. Had to bring in some Mondo stuff just because I'm tempted. I've never really watched any She-Ra,
cool.
So I don't know anything about it, but that's a impressive looking Pegasus unicorn looking thing. I don't think I would be dropping the $600 to get it that it probably will cost, but I know of someone who might, and I might have to check it out in person from them. Nightcrawler is a little more realistically tempting. He's one of my favorite X-Men. But then if I get Nightcrawler, is that going to be like my only X-Men? Because maybe I'd get Gambit to go with him. But then it's like, those are just so random together.
Yeah, could you get like just one or two Mondos, Dakota? Or would you then have to fall down the rabbit hole?
Right. But see, that's where I'm like, okay, maybe I just like leave Marvel out of it. And I go with He-Man. Because I've kind of thought about doing He-Man as Mondo.
And I get all He-Man.
And then, yeah. But I mean, this one, I think I could actually be like, just give me He-Man, give me Skeletor. And like, I could probably stop there. And like, these are like, this is the actual He-Man cartoon that I watched as a kid. And I've got pictures of me like really young opening up like these He-Man action figures. So that's where I could see this being tempting. I like the classic look. And if they did a Battle Cat, that would be a problem because I think it would be cool to get a Battle Cat. But then again, that's like $600 for your He-Man and Battle Cat. So we'll see. But I did think these looked good. And they had, what's his name? Clawful. He looked cool too. I never really liked that character as much. If they did a Trapjaw. Trapjaw would be the only non like He-Man Skeletor that I would probably consider. Like honestly, I would rather have He-Man and Trapjaw than He-Man and Skeletor. But I always liked Skeletor's sword here that like split into two. Thought that was a fun gimmick. Okay, and then that's just our other stuff. So I think, unless none of y'all have anything to add, what time are we going till? Probably we'll go for at most another half hour, I think, unless we start going real crazy. But yeah, probably about another half hour. And Jordan's left me, so I guess that's fitting. I left him at the beginning. Now he leaves me here at the end. If you can still hear me, show me some signs of life in the chat. Also, you don't have to join the show. Just let me know if I did actually indeed update the link for the call-in show to be in the live stream. So it should be in the description down below, but you can double check that for me and let me know. If it's not, I'll update it. All right, so I think we move on to talking about Maximum Hulk here, because there is, as anyone could have predicted, there's going to be some controversy about the Maximums, and that's, I don't know. Maybe we'll make a whole video about it. I kind of don't want to because I'd like to just power through. Jordan, tell us your thoughts on Hulk controversy while I update this
Just
link.
Get over all the drama.
Yeah. You might still be coming in and out. I'll tell you what I think. Oh, yeah.
My thoughts on Maximum Hulk. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hello. Bueller.
Yeah, I was hoping you would say something then.
I mean,
you're way delayed, buddy.
Sorry. Wasn't sure if you were paused. How far back?
That was like I had time to go check the link, update it. Everybody, it's in the chat now or in the description now, so you should be able to see it. So just before you hit refresh, hit the like button and then hit refresh, and then you'll see it.
Okay. All right.
But yeah,
Yes.
We'll see. Try now.
Right. Okay. What you? All right. You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll say, Dakota, my thoughts on the Hulk. I do think the thing I was running into, I do agree with some of the takes on the different heads being very different styles. I think you maybe should have had at least one kind of standard Hulk look. I personally, I'm not going to get exactly what I want, but I would have loved like an Immortal Hulk style head, or even an Ed McGuinness head that didn't have the flared hair. I'd have been okay with that. So that probably would have persuaded me more to get it if there'd been either like maybe some different head choices or the exact head that I wanted, because I always want to get exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But overall, though, I mean, I think the price surprised me. I thought it would cost more.
Yeah, same. I was expecting, like with Spider-Man being $50, I was like, okay, shoot, that probably means that we're going to have $80 Hulk. So I think I am happy that they didn't do that, because if they had done 80, I would be like, yeah, it almost wouldn't matter how cool the Hulk is. I wouldn't get him. But at the same time, it wouldn't make sense to make him the same price as Dragon Man. Like, even if you're throwing in extra accessories and everything, it's still not Dragon Man. So that was smart. The accessories I do like. I like the punching effects. I like the open hands. I like the hand options. The rocket, I could take it or leave it. Don't care that bad, but it is cool. The heads are really what's slowing me down. I think I'm leaning towards pre-ordering, but that means I'm just going to have to track down another head, because maybe I would go with the Ed McGuinness, but it's like that seems like a very specific head on my display. So like I could see me doing this where he's like fighting the Avengers, because like this looks like a crazy head. So like to me, I'm like, okay, if Hulk's going crazy, that means the Avengers have to get involved. They've got to stop him. I don't really see him looking like this when he's just
their
fighting
crazy Hulk head is the tooth head.
Well, yeah, but I just don't think I would ever display that. Like that looks like the Mask to me. Like that's Jim Carrey.
That Hulk has absolutely lost his mind. That Hulk that tooth Hulk ain't coming back. He's done. We need to send him into outer space ASAP.
That's true. Much more on the Illuminati
Get
side.
Get that man on a rocket ship.
Yeah. Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, I just don't think it worked. I get what they were trying to do, but it just, yeah.
No, it's maybe in person it's better, but these pictures are really good. Like the Hulk itself looks like a good figure.
Imagine.
The head just is ruining it. So I don't know. So I don't know. I would like to see if the 80th Hulk head can fit on this Hulk, because I would think it would. It's the exact same Hulk. It's a different torso, I guess. So maybe they would make the neck or the neck port different, but that just seems silly. So I don't know. Maybe some customizer out there, but then it's like I'm already gonna have to spend $60 to get my Hulk. I'm probably gonna have to pay another $20 for a custom painted head. That's way too much for a Hulk to me.
At that point, it is an $80 Hulk.
Right. And it's a green Hulk, and I guarantee you they're going to do another green Hulk in the future. So I would almost, this is where I'm kind of leaning, like I could just risk it and wait on my Hulk until they do a first appearance Hulk and they reuse that gray Hulk and paint it green. I would be losing my forward butterfly joints, and I would never get to feel the soft pliable vinyl that is his shirt. So there would be downsides to it, but I just don't know if the upsides are enough for me to pre-order a $60 Hulk.
Yeah,
I don't even like any of his heads.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be there with you on that.
You're a full pass on this?
Yeah, yes, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I figured you probably would be, because you have your 20th anniversary Hulk.
I have my 20th, and I'm quite happy with it.
A little customizing, and I'm sure that could probably happen.
Oh my.
Ooh, all right, Jordan.
This is a great question.
Place your bet. You get one answer. Who do you think it's going to be?
Who do I think it's going to be? I'm going to say I don't know if I just really want your Mr. Fantastic wish to come true, but that's really what I think of. And maybe that's just hopeful thinking because we don't have any indicators of who it is, do we? Like there haven't been leaks about that. That's purely speculative. No. Yeah. I mean, I would love my Magneto wish to come true, which I don't know. Maybe that's possible. Getting the villain in there.
Let's do like you get to pick your. I think this is going to happen, and I want this to happen. So I think the next one, I'm gonna bet it's Iron Man.
Okay.
And the next one I would really want is Daredevil. Because I think with Iron Man,
I think an Iron Man would make sense.
Do we have an Iron Man with butterfly joints yet? I don't think so. So that's where I think that would. You'd be like, oh, here's the new technology for this Iron Man.
Let us know.
Yeah, because even was the Secret Wars wave the first pinless one? Because if that's the case, then I definitely don't think there's a butterfly joint one. Kind of the same with Captain America, where I think the Ultimate one maybe has butterfly joints, but that's like a very specific Captain America. So I could see them doing a classic Cap with butterflies. But yeah, I'm going to say Iron Man with butterfly joints. He'll probably have some sort of new blast effect, maybe like a longer blast effect would be kind of cool. Even you could like port both hands or maybe port it onto his chest. Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good thought. I think my one I want, I'll probably throw Magneto out there. Would be my want. I don't think that'll be what happens next, but I wish for it. And then who I think, man, Iron Man's a good call.
I think Thor's a pretty good guess too from Matthew.
Yeah, Thor would be good. I think Iceman would also be very cool though.
Yeah. I would also love to see a Maximum Gambit. Hot off the leaks press here, or I don't know, leaks, speculation, rumor. Cardback says that he heard on good authority that one of the 4 Maximum releases is a live action character and not a comic. That seems odd. Like what could even be a Maximum from the MCU?
Yeah. Maybe that could be your Iron Man.
I guess. Like what was that, Endgame or Infinity War, where he's got kind of the extra like
give him all the blasters and beams and lasers, and probably not. But
I mean, I guess that's really the only thing it could be, because I don't think anybody else, like, you're going to do like a Winter Soldier with a whole bunch of guns or something, but even that, like, he uses like the same 2 guns in all the movies. Matthew's thinking it's Iron Man 2. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll ask you what you think of this too, Jordan, because the Facebook groups are abuzz that the Maximum is kind of sold to us as the definitive version of the character, Spider-Man, all new body, the most range you could get out of anything, like his arms, legs. It was all crazy articulated. And then we get Hulk, and Hulk is pretty much just a little bit more range in the butterfly joints and some accessories, and I guess toe joints too. Throw those on there.
Yeah.
Does that scream Maximum to you?
I don't see that. I think I was saying that to you when I first called you. Is it feels very different than what the Maximum Spidey rollout was. Like to me, when it was like Maximum, it was the excitement of like the new articulation you've never seen. He's super maxed out, and I get it. That makes sense. I personally did not see. Like I don't know if this was the best choice for your second Maximum to kind of set the tone of this is like the premium, top of the top. Version. Personally, I think it's a fine Hulk, and I think if it was just a regular release, I do think maybe people's bar for Maximum, like for what you see from Spider-Man, there probably was a different expectation for what you were going to get from Hulk there. So I do agree. I probably would have rather seen like a figure that could more display that, whether it is even an Iron Man or my Dream Wish Magneto. People have said Gambit, a Thor, something like that, where you're packed in with more stuff and that kind of thing. So yeah, it didn't really seem to fit what they'd established with the Spider-Man for me.
Yeah, no, I think that's true because, yeah, I mean, looking at it, like when they first brought it up, I was like, oh, cool, like here we go, we got the Maximum Hulk, and I was like, this is exactly the 80th anniversary one that's several years old now. Yeah. Which I'd still like that Hulk. Like that's my favorite Hulk personally, but it really didn't scream Maximum to me. And like some people have said like, oh, the arms are still single jointed. I really don't care that much on like a giant figure like this anyway. I think if you gave him double joints, I think that would probably look terrible. So single joints, like, that's not really a big deal to me. That, I mean, maybe I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it look good, but I don't see that actually working out. But like, when everything else, you've got the like vinyl shirt type thing. Some people I've heard like say like, oh, it's going to like deteriorate. Like they point to like the Toy Biz Morbius. I'm like, okay, I think we've come a little ways in technology from 20 years ago. And one of my favorite comments on that post was like, it's urethane. It's going to last. It's not going to deteriorate until you're already dead. So, Andy likes the Ed McGuinness sculpt. I want to like it because Ed McGuinness is one of my favorites to draw Hulk, but this is just way too crazy of a choice for me to get real behind. Let's see what Bladen has to say. Hello, Bladen.
Hello, the strong collectors.
What are your thoughts on Maximum Hulk? Or we can talk about anything, but
well, I don't have at all, so I'm gonna get it, and I think it's sick. Yeah, people are saying that Storm Collectibles does the rubber overlay.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. Do you guys have any like Storm Collectibles that you can talk about?
I don't think either one of us do. Yeah. I did hear people talking about that though, of how it's like the same type of technology that they used and they didn't have any issues with the like it deteriorating over time. So I would assume it's going to be very similar to that, where it'll hold up.
Yeah, that was like the main thing. That was like the new update, which is I think it's really cool. I think I really want to know why their big deal with butterfly joints was such a big deal, because they do butterfly joints on like that new Big Venom and like other bigger characters like Beast. So I wonder like why that was the solution to this one.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I don't know if it's just like in order to get the thunderclap, but a Beast can like put his hands together, right? So yeah, that is a good point of like, why was the shirt really necessary? I think maybe, I don't know if it has anything to do with like having ratcheted shoulders, because when Dwight was moving around, it's ratcheted. But I don't know. Like, but then maybe the ratchet is because
conceal that a little bit more,
right? Because I've heard people say that like maybe the ratchet is because if you're trying to thunderclap, but the shirt is like pushing against the arms, like it'll hold its position better with the ratchet. But if there's nothing to push against it, it wouldn't need the ratchet. So that is a good question. I'm interested to know that answer.
Yeah, and
Dakota's gonna be up all night now.
Won't be able to sleep because of it. Did you guys watch the Unparalleled Universe stream when he was talking to I think it was Dan Is that his name?
No, we did not. But now that we know about it, we're gonna have to do a 2 guys talking about however many guys.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like they not argue, but Wade gets into it. Like he like brings it up, and he's all like accusatory, and the other guy is just like playing it off. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
Okay. It is my dream
check that out.
to get Ryan on the show here.
Oh yeah, that would be sick.
I don't think it'll. I don't know. I would do whatever he wants to do, but I'm kind of thinking like not even try to get answers from Hasbro. I would do another like draft style because I think he actually likes that. So I'd like to do something that he actually has fun with, and then we hook him in with the fun stuff, and then we get the real juicy stuff later. You know,
and then we get the whole good cop, bad cop routine.
Right.
You know?
Interrogate him.
Dibs on sexy cop. Sorry, Bladen. We're not doing that right now, for the record. Continue.
I've got something I want to try out. I need to get into character real quick.
Oh, all right. What else are you thinking about?
I don't know, man. Did you guys get the new Miles Morales from the mini comic? Also, the mini comic.
Yeah, I
got Rom and Warlock.
Go ahead. Yeah, I got Rom and Iron Man and Dakin.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little confused when they just completely reused a Wolverine body for Dakin because like the old Dakin was like a taller, slimmer body, and I don't know if it's like that in the comics, but I mean, a Wolverine and a Dakin on the same body was a little weird.
Interesting. I didn't know that they were the same body. I'll have to look. I haven't gotten them in hand yet, but
yeah.
I hope that they're not. I don't know.
It's all squatty.
Dang. I was more concerned about his claws looking kind of flimsy, like they look like the ones that port on and off. So it's
skinny claws.
Yeah.
That Adam Warlock looks cool though.
Yeah.
Strong.
That's true. We do need to do another Strong Collectors After Dark, Jordan.
That's true. That's when the real goofy comments start flying.
All right. Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all I got, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for stopping
Thanks for
in.
hopping on, man. Good to
Sorry
talk
for
to you
Jordan's
again.
sexy cop.
Sorry, Bladen, but it's great to talk to you. he's never calling back.
I was just gonna say. I was like, he's probably still listening, but I'm like, if we just made it like a thing that every time Bladen calls in, you're like, you turn into sexy cop.
Blade, 1 second. It's like a Lego movie. Remember his head flips around.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
New character for Strong Collectors After Dark. I like that.
There we go. We should start making
You have
characters.
the right.
That would
to
be actually
remain
kind of
sexy.
fun.
Yeah.
I think my thought is when I get my Doom helmet, I'm gonna definitely have to incorporate that into some segments for sure.
I just
don't
opened
know
up
if it's okay.
Conibus, the Mythic Legion skeleton horse. And every time we talk about like whatever Hasbro, the reason they price something some way or why they're reusing a body, probably why they reuse a body, because I feel like we bring that up all the time. I'd be like, Jordan, you know what this is? This is a dead horse. Let's beat it.
Ooh, I love that.
We're just beating the dead horse all the time.
Can we make a little jingle and like the dead horse comes across the you hear the galloping, you're like, do you hear that? That's the sound of a dead horse galloping towards us. Let's go beat it.
Let's go beat it.
That's good. On this segment of beating a dead horse. And then we
there you go.
Topic. Oh, heck yeah. I'm there for that.
I like it. But yeah, I like the idea of characters.
Some good
chat.
bits.
You can let us know what kind of characters would enhance your viewing pleasures here. Thinking that they all got to get tested out in Strong Collectors After Dark, which makes me think like next week we should do a Strong Collectors After Dark. So if you're not a channel member and you want to see Jordan and I try out some sexy cop, well, not in a way you're probably used to paying people to do sexy cop. It'd be very different than what you've spent your money on before. But
you might want your money back, but you know,
yeah, there's no refunds.
Just wait until you see it.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
that's
give
a
us
good
a
idea. Next
chance.
membership sticker.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I'm gonna need you to
more stickers.
get a costume, Jordan.
Okay. Well,
That's true. Can you
it's not far away.
Can you use your emojis, Matthew? Show us some of those lovely channel stickers that you do have already. How about the Nemesis wave, Jordan? Are you getting anybody from the Nemesis wave?
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah, I didn't think anything really tickled your fancy there. I'm getting Gambit because I've got all the other AOA things, and I'm kind of roped into that now. I got Nightcrawler because he's also kind of AOA-ish, right? I don't know. Somebody said he was AOA, so I got him.
Oh, was he?
Well, I think it's labeled X-Force, but I think it's the same look in X-Force and AOA. So I got him coming. And Marrow. I liked Marrow, so I guess I could see you getting that one, Jordan.
Marrow, yeah, that would be the most likely one for me, I think. Yes.
And I hope I get the Build-A-Figure eventually. So I'll have 3 of the pieces. I'll need to track down the others, but I do want that Build-A-Figure. So time will tell. Are you guys? When I pull this up for me, it just says like "whoa" or something. Are you guys seeing?
To me, more like "wah," like Waluigi or Wario.
Yeah, it's if you actually look in the chat, you can see it, right? Because if I go on YouTube, I can see how it's supposed to look, but on StreamYard, it's not. It's my like doing the you can't see because my green screen, but it's me doing my classic thing. And then he's got the Crystar. Yeah.
All right. Look at that, guys! Isn't that cool? Wow.
You too could be throwing up.
You wish you could do that, don't you?
Do you have the Galactus and the Peach? That's a strong collector's after dark. There it is. So for me, it's labeled if you know, you know. But that's a strong collector after dark.
How does this keep happening to me? Every time I sit down, honey, you gotta stop leaving Galactuses on the table.
I just imagine Galactus if he had like sound effects, not just light effects.
Ooh.
Screaming or I hunger.
Oh, that'd be good.
Just thinking of where it's going and pressing those buttons.
Right. He's hungry. Oh my. This is turning into an after dark.
It is. Let's talk about actual strong collectors here, folks.
Absolutely.
How did you all feel? Because I'm sure you've all, in addition to liking this live stream that you're currently watching right now, you've already liked it. How did you like the our leaks for 2026, and which of those leaks were you most or least excited about? Because I had fun with that one. I look forward every year to doing that video. Every year for the second time. But
both years. So 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's you got to pay attention to real close on that one.
Also, as Jordan mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, I did a recap of the Hasbro live stream. So you could watch, if you didn't get enough, you could watch Hasbro's live stream. Then you're watching this live stream talking about Hasbro's live stream. And now you're watching this live stream talking about Hasbro's live stream being promoting on my video.
One of these guys.
There's layers.
It's kind of like looking into a mirror with an infinite row of mirrors behind you.
Right.
But then it's a great place to get lost.
This one's a hidden gem, folks. A lot of you guys are not crossing over. You're not doing the crisscross of Strong Collectors and Strong Collector Comics. If you haven't yet, this one is the one to do it with. Right. After you're done with this video came out tonight, so it's the newest episode on Strong Collector Comics. Go watch this video. We're talking Amalgam. We're making our own stuff. These were cool. I like the original Amalgam, Dark Claw, super fun.
I think ours are better.
We've got better ideas. So
yeah, folks, we have an entire channel with all other good stuff on there. Strong Collector Comics. We talked movies. We talked comics. more
Do a lot of
comics,
rankings.
some rankings.
I love the rankings.
Some dreaming, some making stuff up. So it's a lot of fun over there. But yes, I think our amalgam DC, Marvel DC talks have been very fun for us, and I think you'd appreciate them as well. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think.
All right, we're gonna bring on Raiden, also known as Judge Dreads. How's it going, Judge?
What's up, guys?
Well, what are you thinking about tonight?
Man, first of all, I'm a Hulk fan, and even though I wasn't expecting a lot, because we are talking about Hasbro here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't do it for me, man. You know, I had parameters on if I was gonna buy it. It needed to be bigger on a new awesome book to where I had a wow factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard nobody say they got a wow factor on this. I mean, the effects are kind of cool, but it's like what 70% the old book. Come on, man. I'm gonna just stick with the Marvel Select for now, man. We got ain't Mezco doing the Hulk. I think they gonna do it the right way. I might just wait and see what they got, but I ain't hurting for no Hulk.
Yeah,
you know, maximum, man. I want to see a Hulk that can be like, you know, it had to be bigger. And you notice they didn't do a size comparison either. They being slick. They didn't want you to see this guy probably ain't much bigger than the other Hulks we've been getting for what 6 years.
Yeah,
which is undersized to me. Hulk's supposed to be what from 9 to 12 feet tall, depending on who drawing him. I want a man. I got my eye on the Hulk though, but I'm gonna have to go back to Toy Biz. See, Toy Biz gave Hulk love. For some reason, these guys they hate Hulk, man. Let's be honest, they hate. I think Hulk got too much too much toxic masculinity for these guys in the MCU and the figures. They just don't do it. We ain't got. That's why we were so excited when they said they gonna give us a maximum Hulk, right? Because we haven't got one. We haven't got the Hulk, savage, awesome. You dig?
Yeah,
the strongest one there is. We ain't got that. And this don't do it for me. It's a pass for me, man. You know, some people they don't got a Hulk, but I'm gonna stick with my Marvel Select for right now.
Yeah,
they ain't beating him.
Outside of him being taller or bigger, is there anything that they could have done? Like if he'd looked and been how he is there anything that could have given the wow factor?
I mean, a better head sculpt. Obviously, I think everybody agreed on head sculpts are whack.
Yeah.
I want a classic comic book Hulk. I don't know what they were going for. You dig? I don't know. It's like Hulk got a split personality. You don't know which Hulk they was trying to do, according to the head sculpts. And I'm not saying, man, the effects are cool, but really, I think people focus on the Thunderclap because of the movie, right? In the comic, when Hulk really wanted to show out, right, he hit the ground. And can this guy even reach to the ground? I would rather have some ground effects with a ball joint to where he could just smash the fuck out the ground and let you know that he pissed off right now. Thunderclap,
that would be cool.
Man.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I don't even know how I would display any of these Hulks. Like I said, like this, I guess I can have him fighting my Avengers because he's gone crazy. Like this, I would never use. Like it looks like his eyes are like totally whited out, which doesn't really match the comic. And like I don't really love that kind of bigger mohawk look for him. This one is just it's like a laughable, like this could be in the running for worst accessory if we have that on our list at the end of the year. Because
I don't know what they was going for with this one, man. I think the first Hulk head was probably the decent one out of all of them, really.
Yeah.
Even despite the mohawk, I don't see. I mean, I guess he in a rage right now, but to me, that one there, the one you was talking about, looked probably the best, the closest we can get to the comic. The other two, that one there, I could display that head if I ain't have no other choice.
It's just almost like it's like, is he smiling? And then am I going to have him smiling, like fighting somebody? Like maybe, but I don't know. There's just, I don't see anywhere to like display them, even if you're just going to do them like standing straight up and down either. So it's just, it's the heads are really what kind of makes me think I might not order it.
You still on the fence on it? Do you have a Hulk, a decent Hulk?
I don't have a green Hulk right now. I have the gray Hulk and I have my red Hulk. I sold my 80th because I was like, I know there's a maximum coming out, and then now I'm kind of like, dang, I wish I maybe would have held on to that one. But also, they're going to do another Hulk eventually, kind of like I was saying earlier. They'll probably just repaint that gray one green, and that'd be a really good Hulk. I would like to get that, like kind of a first, no, I guess not technically first appearance, but that early green Hulk.
Right.
Man, for me, the Great Hulk stuff is really the best one they made for me. I don't know if it's the retro or I think it's the retro one. I think the SDCC, the one that really looked like
good.
Frankenstein. That's the best.
That one's
Hulk
cool looking. I like that Frankenstein.
If they'd have made it for him, they might have moved me a little bit. But these here, I'm not. I'd rather him first appearance type Hulk if they gonna do it, because really, that's the first comic book I ever had. So that's the one I really wanted. But that head sculpt is really what I think about. If it's not a, an 80s or a 90s Hulk, which, like I say, it depends on the artist. But I don't see what direction they were going to with these head sculpts, really. And for me, like I said, it had to be a bigger on an all new Buck, not 70% what we've been getting. That's really, if you look at the prices, okay, Spider-Man 50. This is what, $9 more, $10 more. They really telling you that they know that this ain't worth, even if they wanted to go 70, nobody was going to pay that for this year. And they know it just by the price, because the math ain't math. And this should be what? If this is more plastic just in the Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? So
that was our prediction.
With the idea that plastic costs more money and all that, this should have been at least for they're really like saying, yo, we know we just really kid bash just, but it's maximum anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked like somebody really just kid bash his Hulk right here. Honestly, that's what it looked like to me, bro. This don't say maximum to me.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, he's got, like they've said, he's got a lot of accessories there, but the actual Hulk, the figure that you're getting, just doesn't really.
Well, they could have lost the rocket, man. What the rocket's for?
Yeah, it felt like something to fill out the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need that rocket. I'll put that rocket with G.I. Joe or Iron Man or something, man. Once again, it's the movie vibes. We want a comic Hulk. At least I do.
Yeah.
They went with the movie stuff, man. It's almost like these guys really don't know their audience. You know what I'm saying? They go from MCU. Nobody like MCU. Come on, man. Nobody like fucking MCU, man. Especially with the movies. Maybe Avengers, that was a heyday. Now, I don't know. It's not me, man. I want to see what Mezco gonna do. I think Mezco gonna come with the ultimate Hulk.
Yeah.
Or other than that, I just stick with my Marvel Select. I'm cool with that, man. A matter of fact, I got my eye on one, but like I said, I got to go back to Toy Biz. I ain't gonna say which one it is because that's a secret.
Okay, you don't want to jump that price up. Thanks for calling in, Judge. We're gonna switch over to Alex.
All right.
We'll
see y'all next time, man.
All right, stay strong. Hello, Alex. Thanks for waiting.
Oh, we got to look at some figures there.
Full screened here. A little bit bigger.
Ooh.
Got the X-Men
Brotherhood X-Men shelf.
Yeah.
That is a nice looking X-Men Brotherhood shelf there.
That Quicksilver doesn't have the karate chopping hands, though.
No, he doesn't.
I wonder if we're going to see a upgrade to Mystique from Alex with the new one coming. And a Juggernaut, because that Juggernaut is... I didn't make a slide for that, but that is probably what
Marvel's
the
Capcom style.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello.
Sorry, I had my microphone mute here.
No problem.
How's it going, boys?
It's good. What are you thinking tonight?
I guess I joined probably 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I know everybody's been talking about the Maximum Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. To be honest, not really too excited about it. Like everybody's saying it's mostly reuse, and yeah, not really very excited. I think the only positive thing about it is probably price not being too high, but that doesn't really say much, to be honest, for something that everybody was expecting was a maximum line. I guess it started off good with Spider-Man. Pricing is another issue, but at least it was a new mold, and I think a lot of people can agree that that's probably the best Spider-Man we have so far. But that it did not continue with the Maximum Hulk, so that's too bad, I find. I was
What do you think of the She-Hulk? Because I know a lot of people were really wanting the Fantastic Four look. I personally like the other one better, but I like the dumbbells that come with this one.
Yes, I am pretty happy with that one. I've recently gotten some of the retro Fantastic Four, so she'll definitely be going into that group there. She looks pretty good. The only thing that I was watching some other videos, and I don't think the shade of green is the same as the Iron Man Wave one.
Oh. I guess yeah. I guess now that I'm looking at it, maybe she's a little less highlighter green, a little more toned down, possibly.
Yeah, I know some other people were saying, oh, maybe I could use the extra head for the other She-Hulk, but I don't think, from what I've read, I don't think she's the same shade of green. So again, it's I'd probably be using the extra head on the Fantastic Four one, so I really don't really care too much. But yeah, she was definitely one of the highlights on the stream for sure.
Yeah, Jordan.
I like his thumbs up and peace sign.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sam's been kind of upset that they haven't done like an angry, like ready to fight She-Hulk head yet.
Yes, I'm kind of a little disappointed in that, because I feel like I probably would have preferred a Screaming head instead of the one she's got on the picture there. So yeah, I definitely would have preferred that, but I feel like She-Hulk is a pretty popular figure, so I'm guessing they'll probably release another She-Hulk next year or something. That's
I could see that, because they were kind of teasing, or I don't know if they were teasing. They had mentioned that they were gonna, or that there's possibility of doing a kind of a retro card Hulk style. So then I would think she would be a strong contender for that. I don't exactly know what her look would be if she was gonna be in that. I would almost maybe expect like a powered down, like lawyer type of look. I'm really hoping for that red She-Hulk.
Yeah, that would be another good addition as well. The only issue I find with the lawyer outfit is the skirts. I'm not really sure how they would do that with plastic. It would just really harm the articulation and the figure. So, but I don't know. They can throw some soft goods in there. I don't know if that's something they're planning on doing in the future, upcoming figures. But yeah, no, She-Hulk was definitely one of the highlights of the stream. I don't know about you guys, but I have recently started collecting Marvel Legends, actually, and I did start with my MCU characters.
You're off to a good start.
So I was pretty excited. I was pretty excited with the Thunderbolts characters. I found those. I know they're just renders, but I really liked the Red Guardian look. I really like his unmasked head, and Jelina's head sculpt looks pretty good. I know some people don't like the pretty plain outfit, but no, I think I'll probably be getting both 2-packs just to add to the MCU collection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Sentry looks pretty good as well.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't have any sort of power effect for Sentry, like like even just like powered up eyes or something to go on his hands. But yeah, I like this John Walker shield. Jordan was kind of mentioning that. Kind of the distressed look is pretty cool. I think they did a good job on the weathering there. I mean, it's a render, so we'll see how it looks in physical form.
That's a pretty good look, pretty cool looking shield for sure. What else was there in the stream? Spider-Man 3, emo head Spider-Man. Are you guys getting that figure?
I don't think I am. I got the 3-pack, and I think that's enough MCU Spider-Mans for me because I don't really do nearly as many MCUs. I'm mostly just trying to stick to comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. I did not really love the Tobey. I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I didn't love the figure so much, so I don't think I need the symbiote one. But it's a cool look.
I find it hard to add him into any of my collections because there's nothing else besides his No Way Home figure that you could, like, I have nothing else I would team him up with, so I'm not really sure where he would go in my collection. So that's kind of the only thing stopping me from getting him. But I don't know, if I knew they would be releasing some other figures from his universe, then maybe. But yeah, not really sure if I'll get him, to be honest. I found the head was pretty cool, and the accessory as well. The Venom accessory was pretty cool, I found.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, thanks for calling in, Alex. We're gonna jump over to Aaron, and then we might do another one after that, and then we're gonna call it a night. So, thanks for calling, and stay strong.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yep. Bye.
Keep it up.
All right. Hello, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Just want to show you the little collection I got here.
Oh, those are some good poses. I like those.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, I kind of watch D Amazing, and I kind of steal a lot of his style when it comes to posing. So
that's a good idea. He's really good.
Yeah,
so
those look great.
Smart. Yeah, he's
very dynamic.
He's definitely the GOAT, man. Yeah, so I just kind of take from his style per se. And
I love those villains.
A custom cape on Dr. Doom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had to, man. You know those plastic capes are garbage, so I had to.
Yeah, they're no good. What's that Red Skull?
So I know you guys a couple, probably would say like maybe about 4 or 5 streams ago, you guys mentioned that G.I. Joe classics are really good customs for some of the Marvel Legends. So I kind of just followed suit and decided to use this Red Skull sculpt. I think it's from the What If head sculpt.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of put it on a G.I. Joe classified figure. And crazy. Even I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's even like actual like a little red skull in the middle of his belt buckle.
Nice.
So yeah, it was just like
that's perfect.
That looks awesome. That's a great looking Red Skull.
Same thing with the Nick Fury.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks sweet.
Yeah, it's another Joe classified. I want to say he's Abernathy, I believe. So took the Shield 3-pack head sculpt, put on that bad boy.
Did you see other people do that, or did you just come up with that yourself?
No, you know what? I actually saw that on one of the Facebook. Again, like this channel is really great with a lot of resources and pages, guys. So, like, I actually went on one of the Facebook groups you guys mentioned on one of your posts a couple of videos ago, and I just joined the group, and I saw a picture, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same damn thing. So
that's really cool.
And then I got a custom. Winter Soldier there.
Yeah.
Need to change the arm though, but I haven't done that yet. Black Widow, and then right there.
Wow,
very nice.
So that's my little setup there. I don't really have a lot. I kind of started collecting like around, I want to say 2021 when I really started getting into it. So there it is, as far as the collection.
Yeah, that's really good. I love the posing. You got some cool stuff already.
Yeah. I don't want to keep you guys all night. I know you guys are about to head out. But I will say this about the whole Hasbro reveal with the Maximum Hulk. Personally, as you guys can see, I don't have a Hulk yet.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to purchase it, but at the same time, I kind of understand, the overall gripes, because the one thing that Hasbro really did in regards to overall advertisement of this Maximum series, they kind of basically said that, like, at least the way I kind of perceived it, they basically advertised these figures as if they were going to be new sculpts, and at least that's kind of like how I took it. Like, they said for the most part, they said it's going to be new tooling, overall when it comes to the figure. And honestly, I understand the gripes that people have in regards to like the reuse. I mean, granted, we all know Hasbro constantly reuses figures from time to time throughout their lines. That's just their MO. However, they kind of pitched the Maximum series that wasn't going to be the case. So I kind of understand the gripes. But for me, boys, I'm definitely going to get it. Like, I need it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have one, it's a good figure. I just don't know if it's good enough to get me to get him.
Oh,
but
you're on the fence.
Yeah. I think if there was one like head that I really liked, I wouldn't have to think very much about it. Gotcha. But all three of these heads, I'm just kind of like, I don't love them. So honestly, I like the 80th better than obviously I like the accessories on this better. Like, with your posing, I think you're going to get this guy looking super sick.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think it was my opinion. A lot of the head sculpts, I understand the gripes. I mean, he's Hulk. He's going to be ugly, I think, regardless. Sure. It is, but I get that.
Which head are you going to put on him?
Oh, the one that everybody hates, the big smiling one.
Okay.
Yeah, that disgusting grin, I think, will look perfect on my shelf. I don't know. I guess for me, boys, I'm not sure if you guys ever been. I live here in Florida, so I go to Universal, and they still have the superhero island, and that kind of reminds me of like 90s Hulk animated series. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But, what about you, Jordan? I don't think I heard your overall consensus. What were you?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of similarly. I'm not really digging the head sculpts. I think there's one I would love, like an Immortal Hulk head. That's my big wish. But I think even a more standard head probably could sway me. I have the 20th Toy Biz one, and I am for the Toy Biz style 20th one, and I'm pretty happy with that. I like it a lot. I think it's a good figure, and I totally support people who want to get it. I did get the Maximum Spider-Man, so depending on how you feel, I'm one of the suckers that paid $50 for that. But I'm excited for that. I think I've earned the right to sit out on the Maximum Hulk because I supported the line.
That makes sense.
But I think it's cool though. I'm excited to see more. So yeah, we'd love to check out how he's going to fit into that display because I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to. One last thing I want to ask, specifically, Jordan. I know you have the comic book channel, the second channel that you guys do.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the app called the Hoopla?
Maybe. Tell me what it is.
So it's just for all you comic nerds that if you're part of Strong, should be also part of the comic book community as well. So the thing is, Hoopla is a app that actually connects to your local library's online list of books and audio and also comic books as well. And it's all, and this is legit, y'all. It's for the free. All you simply have to do is you download the app. You obviously have to make sure that your local library is affiliated with the app, because not all libraries are unfortunately in the app. But personally, since Invincible has been out, I've been watching all the seasons on Amazon and stuff like that, and I got hooked immediately. So I decided to go to comics. They have all 134 issues on there for free to read.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys.
Okay.
Because I know you have fellow comic book readers on here too. So if you guys are looking to for some cheap options, they not only have stuff from Invincible, but they also have like IDW Ninja Turtles. They have the the Power Rangers run on there. They have
Ooh.
the Street Fighter, GI Joe, like all that stuff on there for free. Their Marvel Select is a little bit limited, but aside from that, if you guys are interested in that, I just thought I would throw that out there. It's Hoopla, Hoopla. It's like a blue app icon when you go to the App Store. So you guys check it out, man. It's a good fun free resource.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah. No problem. I just want to say, dude, congrats. You guys have grown. You're almost at 5K. That's like really, really cool, man.
We're getting there.
Yeah. I've been a subscriber probably since you guys maybe were around 1K. I want to say. I'm nostalgic collector. I'm not sure if you guys see me post on your socials from time to time. Yeah,
yes.
That's me. So congrats on the growth, guys, and keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for stopping in too.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll see it.
All right. We're going to bring in I think our last person of the night is going to be Vic. Vic, if you're still there, you're about to come on.
Yeah,
Hello,
what's
Vic.
up, guys? Hey, guys. Sorry about no lights. Just driving. Just on my way to work.
All right. Be careful,
just
Vic.
wanted to say, I drive slow. Yeah, I just wanted to say, just call in, say you guys rock. Todd McFarlane rocks, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Vic, how you feeling about Todd losing the DC then? You sad?
Yeah, definitely bummed out. I mean, I do like those Batmans. He's going all out with the Batmans and the Superman. But
he's going hard. A lot of those I guess the teases or whatever you want to say from the con, we were looking at those, and I'm pretty excited about a lot of those. So I agree. He's bringing some heavy hitters.
Oh, dude, definitely. Mattel's gonna do good with those superhero bodies. So if you think about it, I was looking at they were like $5 at Walmart. You know those little WWE superstars? They're like from the guys centered around like the early '90s. Got a couple for my dad. He opened them up, and I'm surprised that they'll do some good with the the Flash and stuff like that. I definitely think they got good cloth goods too. Cloth goods.
Okay.
Yeah, don't sleep on the cloth goods. They always do a lot of good cloth goods for those wrestlers, so they'll do good on those superheroes, I think.
Nice.
I think everyone with a cape will definitely have a good cape. Star Wars Black Series sucks for that shit, but
what were you most excited? Yeah, what were you most excited about from McFarlane's? What was that? WonderCon reveals? Did you see those?
No. Like I said, I just watched the guys, everybody's little clips and stuff. Yeah, the page punchers. I'm not really a fan of those little dollar store things.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, they're all good. I mean, I like the idea of the comics and the figures, but.
Yeah. Even though I don't know anything about Mr. Bones, that one's probably the most tempting out of what we've seen.
I like the Bizarro Superman. It's pretty funny.
Beast
Boy, I'm definitely a Teen Titans. Out of all DC, Teen Titans, the cartoon.
Yeah. I feel like I could see Mattel doing more of the animated type stuff.
Oh, God, yeah.
Jordan, what did you think of the Bizarro?
Yeah, I think they could do that well. I think that's fun. I love that like really vintage retro type stuff. So I think that's a fun look, and I do like that. I like that OG Sandman too. I think that's pretty cool that they did a original.
Those
Sandman.
Funny ones, yeah.
Matthew is excited about that one too. He was showing me his JSA shelf, and probably going to be getting that on there.
Well, yeah, Sandman. I think you're on Hourman. Yeah, there you go.
Here's
my
Sandman.
Yeah.
Cool.
With his little sand gun, dude, and he puts people to sleep with it.
And I was always.
I like Cyborg Superman. I think he looks cool.
Yeah. Those 60s ones from the TV show, those are pretty funny too.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's gone so deep with that line. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that, you would keep doing that as like an ongoing thing. I would think that'd be like, oh, here's, your Batman, Robin, Joker. And that's like, you round it out, but he's just keeps on putting them out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're getting every figure from that show.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dakota.
Cool. Yeah, I do like the Adam West, the Family Guy, getting into Adam West.
Yep.
Adam West. That's fucking awesome,
Cool.
dude.
All right, Vic, well, you enjoy the rest of your drive to work. We're going to call it a night. It's getting close to our bedtimes.
Awesome. Yeah, good night, guys. Just keep it up. You guys rock.
Thank you.
McFarlane rocks. You know it.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, Vic.
Yeah.
We'll see you, man.
We'll see you guys.
All right. Before you all go, remember, go check out. Got a lot of slides. Oh, there it was. Go get yourself fooled a little bit with some leaks for 2026. Then you can watch a recap of all the things we've already just recapped in this video. And then the real juicy stuff is over on Strong Collector Comics.
Right.
Go over there, subscribe.
Strong Collector Comics, a separate channel, folks. Red Hulk arm. Get on there and check it. Well, it's not a Hulk arm. It's just a muscly arm for legal reasons. Yeah. But you should go check
No copyright infringement here. Strike that from the record.
That does look like the Hulk now that you mention it. Odd. Yes.
That's actually my arm just painted red.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, they just based that on my arm, I thought. But
all right, folks. Geez. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go watch these cool videos. And until next time, stay strong.